I saw this and it blew my mind.
Let me see this right now.
MrBeast.
So MrBeast made a bunch of wells in Africa, and it turns out they have not been maintained and are no longer working.
Locals have reported that nearly every well donated by MrBeast has become abandoned. MrBeast provided both the wells and maintenance training to the locals 1 year ago. Many claimed the Water is Life well initiative was colonial and doomed to fail. And some bloggers said if MrBeast genuinely wants to help Africa, he could redirect his enormous resources and influence towards enabling African solutions rather than importing Western ones.
He gave you a well. It's not like he gave you like iPads and you have no Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and you don't have the USB-C cable and there's no power. It's like it's water in the ground with like maybe a mechanical pump.
This is like thousands-year-old technology. Now they're mad at him. And then do you have a little more context?
She said when MrBeast or foreign NGOs step in to provide services that could be delivered by local entrepreneurs and businesses, they unintentionally distort the incentive structure of a healthy market economy.
You're not in a healthy market economy.
Healthy market economy, the place that needs someone to come dig a well because people were walking like 5 miles to get water and now they're not. Last piece here, there are 300,000 abandoned pumps in sub-Saharan Africa in decay, in a state of disrepair.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
And the locals are in charge of keeping the upkeep for that.
Yep. And they were given maintenance training.
It's like if you guys don't want to walk miles, all I gotta do is stare at this, but they're asking for more. They're saying that's not enough.
Some adults are to blame because then now
They didn't want to upkeep it. Well, wasn't the hardest thing was that the whole kids have to walk forever to get the water. Well, he solved that and you guys just didn't take care of it.
Isn't that wild?
Damn. I thought they were gonna say MrBeast never made them. I'd be like,
Well, imagine spending, I mean, how much? How many millions of dollars for him to fly to
and you gotta dig all the day. That's still a lot.
Equipment and all that, yeah.
equipment,
Not the most advanced thing, but like it's still a well.
the flights, the paying employees to do and teach things and not just the supplies themselves.
Definitely a lot.
Let's say over $1 million.
That's why.
Oh, yeah.
It's philanthropy.
Oh,
I mean,
Give
plus
it back.
the production for his videos to be even made, like, that's already a big fee too, right?
Yeah, and that's on top of already doing the act.
Yeah.
so how would you feel if you gave someone all that and then that shit got abandoned?
What are they doing though for the water then?
It's their fault. It's what shit.
Do they prefer to go walk the 5 miles?
It's like beggars can't be choosers.
Damn.
No, really though, it's like he did what he could. He did something good,
What else you want?
and then like y'all didn't take care of it. Like, well, what did he do?
It's like if I give you the Lamborghini and then you crash it. I want a new one.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you to crash it.
In the comments, having clean water is considered a Western colonist thing. So clean water is white supremacy.
So what do they want? They want MrBeast to donate more or something like that, or fix the wells.
They
or-
want stuff besides wells apparently. Seems like they want more stuff for everybody else. They just want money?
I've heard of this concept before where, you know, there's a lot of impoverished nations and then countries will give millions in aid. And for some reason, decades later or whatever, it like amounts to nothing. Like whoever's in charge over there or whoever's running shit or something, they never like build upon it.
It's gotta be on purpose then.
Like there's something to it. I don't know much about that specifically, but
Like bro in charge, like just tell everybody the locals just stop. Do the locals just give up?
Yeah, or was it a thing where he didn't really know how it was all gonna be managed and it looked good for the video? Like, I'm gonna do this, but like, did he know that it was even gonna be able to be taken care of? I don't know, it could be one of those things where it's like, well, there's just actually too much for us to even maintenance this, but
Or yeah, was it too much work?
was it too much?
If there wasn't even enough people?
you'd have to look at the people who were given the maintenance training and like, hey, you're the person in charge of this. And then it's up to them, I guess.
Or do they teach only a couple people and they just didn't teach everybody else? And now nobody's doing it.
But then at a certain point, you got to help, like, you can only help someone so much.
Yep.
This person says, my friend built water pumps in Africa. He went back 2 years later and they had been stripped bare and they were walking to get water like they had been doing since day one. People like living like this, so let them. Stop trying to modernize people with Stone Age living.
They were also like walking barefoot from what I remember in that video.
They said, oh, it's harder to maintain these wells. I'm just gonna walk.
5 miles is better.
Yeah, 5 miles is easier, better. That's probably what they thought.
It's like, so is it 2.5 up and back or is it 5 up and back?
20 years ago, when I was a young man, motivated, socially engaged, I went to work for the UN. I had my own flight crew and technical crew, and we acted as first responder logistics team. In short, my crew arrived before everyone else and installed water, sewage, basic electricity, and set up their larger tents. Hospital, admin, engineering. In the 8 years I was active, we've drilled close to 4,000 wells. At the end of my stint, less than 20 were still operational. I spent weeks on maintenance training and lots of my own money and tools, just in the hopes that one of them would take up the responsibility for maintenance, but it never happened. There's an enormous amount of corruption in the UN. Made me quit and never look back. They don't want it nor deserve the help. God damn. I've never been over there, so I can't even.
deep.
No, that's the thing. I've heard that complaint before. People will say, we've sent 100 million. We spent 50 million to this place, and there's no change in anything.
Some people just don't want to change,
Yep.
whether they're
Yep.
too comfortable or
Can't make it.
whatever it is. It's like, yeah, you can offer a homeless person, hey, I'll put you in this rehab center. Nah, I don't want to. I want to stay. People like, they're just comfortable.
So because also they come out of jail, they go back.
Yeah.
It's easier to live there.
Or they'd rather be in jail. It's like, nah, I'm used to this. It's easy for me.
I lock myself on purpose to come back here.
It's like a mentality thing. Yeah. A certain addict person can go into a rehab home, but if they're not in the right
No.
mentality,
Aren't we all just creatures of habit? Once you find your habit that you're stuck with and it makes you happy, you don't want to change it.
Yeah, you can go to African tribe with a dining table and be like, hey, it's a lot easier if you guys all sit around the table and eat on this.
But if it's 10 years or 40 years, 6 years of your life, you're like,
That's just not what they
"How
do,
I want-
though.
Do I want to adapt to it now? I'm not doing that.
I'm good.
It's just not their thing.
They gonna cut it up, use it for firewood, and then
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
Exactly. It's like, do we really need this? No, I've been chilling all these years walking 5 miles. I'm good.
I sit on the ground when I eat. I don't need a table.
But you would think walls would help, though, like in
Yeah,
their
you would,
situation.
But it's crazy because they're still going back to a well, clearly. Because if those are abandoned, well, then you're using the ones that aren't. So it's like,
Or they like walk into a lake or something, like a river. I don't know.
damn, I don't know.
yeah, if someone who is a terrible spender and they hit the lottery, they'll be back to zero eventually, pretty quickly actually.
Real quick.
Whereas someone who has the mentality of building wealth,
Yeah. We're creatures of habit.
you can give them nothing and they'll make wealth. I feel sad that the poor kids who know nothing, who are part of the villages and shit, suffer as a result of certain people's negligence. Sad.
Well, yeah, because you're relying on the adults that only know one way to suddenly adapt and pivot and change and then introduce that doctrine to the next. But it's like,
Then we want to teach them how to maintain the wealth.
I don't want to do that. We do it this way. I don't care if Mr. Beast, who the Beast guy just came here and just said we had to do
Yeah,
it.
they said that ain't me.
And then looters come in, rip the copper off.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
we're that too. We also don't know. They also go.
That's what they did. They
also
stripped
give you that.
everything. I can use these bricks for my house.
No, we take down 50 of these. And that's a mansion.
Yeah.
And then nothing ever gets built, and then it's.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
But then you dump millions on millions every year, and then
Yeah.
I mean, how can Mr. Beast still benefits from this? Because anybody that finds a video and doesn't do their research, you're like, damn, he's a great guy.
Oh, yeah, he's a good guy regardless.
But yeah,
Yeah, so it makes you think, like, when you're donating to these foundations and things like that, like, what is it actually helping?
that's why those extra dollars at the grocery store, I'm like, how do I know?
Yeah, how do I know y'all ain't pocketing?
And I was told all these donations at like the stores, they're trying to make back what they already donated. So you don't actually have to donate because they already did donate.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
say it again.
So like when the stores ask, would you want to donate $1 to Children's this or whatever, they already donated X amount. They're just paying back the store now.
So it's like, yeah, it
So you
looks
think you're
good.
adding to the pot, but they already gave their amount to the foundation or whatever charity.
It's like Smart and Final donated 20K to St. Jude's, but they're also asking patrons to donate to Smart and Final to pay back that 20K.
Exactly. So it's like their company that makes millions definitely gave some. They're like, well, we want it back, so they're just reimbursing themselves.
What? That's actually crazy. That's so true, though.
Wait, okay, so you're saying when I go to Panda Express and they say we want to round up to the nearest dollar for St. Jude's,
Correct.
and I
Because
say
Panda
yeah.
Express already paid their due. They just want to pay back themselves.
It's in Panda's name.
Right.
But you're helping repay that. Get it back in their pocket.
You never know if they've already paid it or not.
Nah.
So if I'm Panda Express and it's 20,000 and it's 21,000 now, but I already donated 20,000, I'm not turning that off the card reader.
Yeah,
Like,
when do you take out the donation bin?
we never know.
Yeah.
They got the same thing for years. Smart Final is like, we been got paid.
Right? Wouldn't that be the scheme to run?
Well, because we don't know when they finished. We have no idea. And you also never even know the amount they did. So what if they only donated 1,000, but they just made 10,000 off of all of us for the next month? It's a schemey.
That is schemey.
I want to work there and then quit just so I can tell y'all.
Yeah.
Who worked at Panda Express and no small donation?
There was me thinking I was giving the kids $1.
I thought I was rounding up for a good cause.
Meanwhile, they've been paid it back last year. They just looking for more tips.
Meanwhile, the employees are getting raises.
But it could get dirtier than that. It could be even the manager keeping it all. Who knows? Not even the manager, the guy that owns the manager. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
like who's actually tracking down their transactions to the foundation?
It's like the employees are keeping track of it, but then the final boss says, yeah, we went over.
Like, damn, this foundation jar is full. Where's this going?
Keep it running.
Keep it running. Put out another jar.
I'm gonna keep track when it comes to like Black Friday, Christmas. Oh, suddenly there's a lot of donations going on. Because they know all of us don't mind spending an extra buck, because that adds up quick.
That should be looked into, because I'm sure there's some companies that do some fraud with that shit.
feel like we'd be taken down. That's like a Shane Dawson used to go do a deep dive.
Yeah, conspiracy.
And it could be, or allegedly, this is what I've been told. And you talk to a worker, allegedly, there was actually no donation to begin with.
I like
You actually type in children's list, that don't even exist.
I need to see my money in action.
No, exactly. Can I see the pot? How much have we raised? Like a GoFundMe. Can I see how much we've raised and how much am I adding to it?
I'd rather give $1 or $10 to someone who I can see they actually use it in my community, actually, as opposed to here you go, and they just get sent to the abyss, and then
You never know where the money's going.
MrBeast thought he knew where it was going.
It's the thought that matters, right?
Yeah, you do it knowing that technically you did help.
Because I'm giving money to this homeless person knowing he's hungry, but he's not using the money for food. He's probably gonna go get. But it's like, well, it's a thought that matters. I'm helping him out in some sort of way, right? Like, you give some homeless person $1. For the most part, a lot of them are tweakers and they want to get their drug or whatever. Maybe I shouldn't say tweakers, but
well, there's plenty of those.
there's plenty of those. But yeah, they may say they.
But also, it's kind of like you're like hoping you get good karma in return type.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I did my good deed. Obviously, I can't control that human, but hey, maybe I'm gonna get a blessing this week because I did my thing. I paid something forward.
Damn. And that's why, as long as you feel good, that's why the Panda Express can get the couple dollars out of you because it makes you feel good.
You know, MrBeast been getting a hell of good karma after he did all these donations. So although it didn't work out behind the scenes, day after he left there,
It was a good deed, right?
he still did the good deed.
He did the good deed.
And yeah, you can't be looking at MrBeast like that's a good guy.
I have a donation rant I want to go on, but
You don't want to attach it to it?
but I don't. But I want it to go on the website because I don't know.
We'll hold it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, we need to talk about donations and tips, bro. The tips are getting out of control nowadays.
Yeah, I got to spaz about something right now about donations and tips and charity and whatnot.
But it's not well suited for YouTube, guys.
Yeah, not something I just want to say on YouTube just because.
Okay.
So we're gonna do it right now, right after this video ends. So if you guys want to hear that, just go become a member at mystrawberrypark.com, where we can be as unfiltered as we want to be and say our true opinions.
Members only.
Members only.
Sorry.
So go become a member and you can get our full thoughts on this. Ryan's going off.
I'm about to go off right now. Here we go.